G'day gamers, Ranger Tony here, back with more Neverwinter Nights, the original campaign, playing through with our Halfling Warlock. When last we left off, we were just about to leave Highcliffe and head to Neverwinter on the first ship to leave Highcliffe after we got rid of the lizardling raiders. And we just swapped over to the Armour of Loyalty because it's going to give us some bonuses. It gives us protection from Charm and Dominate spells. I don't see that happening. Well, I don't recall that happening very often, so we might end up ditching that at some point and going with something else. But let's head to Neverwinter. Oh, Kelgar's complaining about his stomach's upset already.
The shard you have found, show it to me.
Yes, Sierra? Sierra? Is that what you sought?
No, it is much more. Forget the betrayer, forget our vengeance. These shards, they must all be found. Whatever forces you need, we shall grant you, but these shards must be ours.
Of course, Sierra. It shall be done.
Dalrin. Lord Dalrin now, I hear.
Who's there?
Come now. You remember? Has it really been so long?
You... But you died at the battle at West Harbor.
Delayed, perhaps. My imprisonment was most distressing. But dead? Now how could I die with so much left unfinished? And there is so much more left to do.
So this is Neverwinter? Suppose it's passable for a city built by humans. Can't say I care for it, though. You want a proper city, you build down, not up.
This place feels unnatural. The wood and stone, it's as if they've been silenced.
I wish you'd both be silent. The entire trip was just one long whine from the two of you.
Oh, me stomach feels funny. This boat rocks like a baby's cradle.
This water is so unnatural and deep, not like the swamp of dead people I grew up in. Not that I've got great memories of this place, but it's home. So, where are we going first?
Right, well, my uncle's in.
Not sure I can stomach any food yet. A stiff drink and a good tavern brawl, on the other hand. I say lead the way. Besides, I'd welcome a stable bed after being trapped on that filthy excuse for a boat.
Why is my movement speed decreased? Oh, I am carrying more than I like. That is why. I don't know. I'm having second thoughts about this armor. Yeah. Because, I mean, look at how much I can... Oh, I don't see how much I can sell that for, but I'm sure it's going to be a pretty penny.
Cosfael. Cosfael.
Okay. Why am I walking so... Oh, I'm walking so slow because I'm burdened. Silly me. There's the door. Everything looks different when you're at a halfling height. Couldn't work out where the door was.
Well now, what can I do for you? Bit of venom for the belly, perhaps? Or maybe a tankard or two to shave the edge off your day?
Uncle Duncan.
Uncle Duncan? That sounds a bit familiar. If you're here to collect on some debt, I'll tell you that Duncan's a drunk fool without 2 coppers to his name.
Dagon sent me.
Dagon, eh? So the time's come, has it? Trouble's chasing on your heels, and you barely know why. Suppose Dagon told you less than half of what you need to know, then sent you packing. Don't take it hard. Done it to me twice in my life. All for good reason. I can probably guess why you're here, but why don't you go ahead and tell me anyway?
Told me to seek you out.
Oh, did he? Nothing more than I did years ago. Plain silver near as we could tell. You and those shards were all that were left of that West Harbor battle.
Duncan, I thought you said that shard was magic, didn't you?
Trace of an enchantment on it is what that eel sand said, but nothing of importance. Probably residue from demon's fire, or maybe wizard magic.
Demon's fire? Sounds important to me.
And that, Sal, is why you are cleaning tables and I own this place. Those shards were magic, yes, a trace. But again, it was sand, and he's a fool. Anyway, barely worth mentioning. More sentimental value than anything else. That really why you came all this way? To hear about your mother?
My mother?
Yeah, your mother, Esmeril. Since you were asking about the shards. What, Dagon's still keeping that inside? It's a wonder he doesn't crack down the middle. Ah, but you know, I have no call to say that. I think that's why he buried that first shard, and gave the other one to me.
How are the shard and my mother related?
I think you might have been better off being raised by wolves if Dagon didn't share that. There's a lot I'm sure he never told you. But listen, it's his place to tell you, not mine. He'll tell you when he's ready, I think. But it's best you hear it from him. Let's stick to the shards for now.
Who's Sand?
A hedge wizard. Somehow set up shop on the docks. But it's telling enough he can only run a business down here in the crack of Neverwinter. Got a dry wit, and he'll always rub you the wrong way. So his name's well chosen. Still, I suppose I trust him enough. And having a wizard close by certainly tends to keep fools from causing too much trouble. Well, me and Dagon took the shard to him back when he lived in the merchant quarter, before his run of bad luck. But he couldn't get much from it. Just faint traces.
Well, it's got power now.
Here. I've always kept it close for some reason. Didn't want to leave it out of my sight. Seemed unremarkable. But I find that sometimes time will tell. Had Sand examine it a long time ago, but he turned up nothing.
Maybe with 2 he'll get a better reading.
Well, it's worth a shot. But don't pay him any coin in advance, that's all I'll say. In fact, that viper would be best off...
Ah, it seems I've arrived just in time to deflect the usual barrage of slander from the local innkeeper.
Sand.
Yes, it is good to see you're still sober enough to recognize me, Duncan, past the stale beer, vinegar, faint sweat, failed aspirations, unwashed tunic. I thought perhaps you had already had one tankard too many for the day, but... Why, your guest here has the smell of a harbin about them. Faint, But there, I thought Duncan was keeping company too good for him. Now I see I was right. Duncan, you could learn a few things from your guest.
Still passing off those 2 copper fairweather charms to the locals, Sand?
You have no appreciation for my talents, and after all I've done for you. To think you could survive a fortnight without my ale purgative. Why, you would be buried in the tombs with the rest of the Neverwinter traitors. A betrayer of barkeepers everywhere. But enough about you and your adventurous exploits on the tavern floor. I heard my name mentioned, and oddly enough, almost in a tone that suggested I could help.
This here's kin.
I'm not really seeing the family resemblance.
And we need your help concerning the shard. Both of them.
Shard? That chunk of silver you showed me so long ago? I do hope you're not going to try to pawn it to me again. I am no longer interested. Besides, as I recall, you said the piece of junk had sentimental value, which upon viewing your establishment is perfectly understandable. Besides, didn't your uncle or cousin or brother or whatever make off with the other shard? I thought you only had one now.
It found its way back, so to speak. We need you to look at both of them again. Properly this time.
Oh, very well. Give them here and let me see what my keen arcane senses can determine. Well, it seems to have some resentment to being scryed. That is quite different than last time. Are you sure these are the same shards? The power in them. Why, it's definitely stronger than last time. Much stronger.
Oh, so now they're magical. I'm not paying you for 2 failed divinations, you charlatan.
It's not a matter of divination, you one-tankard drunk. There is something about these shards. Without knowing their history, even my considerable talents cannot unlock their mysteries.
How could you not sense the magic in them?
Because he's incompetent?
Duncan, the more I speak to your kin here, it's evident where the sense in the family went. Since you seem to have been given all the brains of the family, I'll be honest with you, I don't know. But I do know the shards did not have the same strength the first time I examined them. There could be something about you that causes them to resonate, but I have no idea why that would be.
So who would know the history?
You could try and speak to Algernon, but I don't think you'd have much luck reaching him. The Black Lake District is closed down. Algernon lives in the Black Lake District, you see, and now he's trapped there. The Watch has it locked tight. No one going in or out, no messages in or out, even for the nobles that used to live there. Quite cryptic, really.
Why?
I heard about that. Lord Dalrin was killed, wasn't he? I've heard rumors, but no official word of what happened.
As have I. Not only are the Watch not talking about it, but they even called in the Cloak Tower mages to investigate, which means sorcery or demons were at work.
Demons? Closest I've ever come to demons is Dagon's tales about the battles down south near West Harbor, when there was that trouble with the King of Shadows.
King of Shadows?
Some sorcerer, I believe, had a number of demons and shadows at his beck and call. Not many tales left about that period of Neverwinter history, oddly enough.
But you say this Algernon might know more, Sand?
Well, if you're not a member of the Watch, or know a secret route into Black Lake, then you're out of luck. So it seems like you have no choice but to let me examine the shards at my leisure. I'll need to hold on to them, of course.
Wait. Watch or secret route. Not bad ideas. Either way, the coin lands. Hell, there's Marshal Cormac. He's currently at the city watch post, and I know he's in bad need of an extra sword arm down at the docks.
Cormac from Fort Lock?
Yes, I heard he got back to Neverwinter recently. Surprised he even made it with the troubles I've heard around Fort Lock.
Trust me, you don't know the half of it.
Cormac's a harborman, too. And folks of the harbor are as close to kin as you can get out of the mare. He might be able to take you into the watch. And from there, speaking to Algernon shouldn't be too hard.
Sounds good to
If
me.
you want to find another route into the Black Lake District, that means dealing with other folks that try to control the docks. Moya and her gang.
Oh, there's an idea, Duncan. They probably were behind the watch closing the Black Lake District in the first place.
Not my first choice.
Well, she's got thugs all over the docks. But finding one who can get you to her?
There's Caleb. He used to try to get me to pay him gold for protection before I told him about the wards I'd inscribed on the building that caged the Guardian Elementals. Long story, but quick resolution.
Caleb, maybe. But I don't trust that harbor rat to give you a fair deal. And the price will be steep, in bodies or coin. He doesn't like being the only one with blood on his hands.
Doesn't sound like someone we should put our faith in.
Obviously, you've never dealt with the Watch in Neverwinter, Kelgar. Dealing with Caleb is probably our best chance.
Still, the chances are simply talking to Caleb will make you want to kill him, so it seems a clear win to me. If you do speak to him, though, be sure to do it downwind.
I'll join the watch.
I'm with that. Nothing like a good excuse to knock some heads together and do some good while we're at it.
Yeah, great. I hope nobody else I know finds out, or there goes my sterling reputation.
You can find Cormac in the watch post near the Dolphin Bridge that leads to the Merchant Quarter. He needs help, so it shouldn't be much of a tough sell to join up.
Caleb should be lounging around the corner east along the main road. Just follow the smell. If you want to join with him, he'll probably ask you to hurt or kill someone, so be warned.
I'll mark both on your map. Help you get your bearings.
Well, you can certainly find your way into trouble from here. Me, I will head back to my lonely merchant existence. Should you need my expertise, simply ask. But just in case, bring a great deal of gold as well.
Well, there you have it. Talk to Caleb or Cormac. Cormac is at the watch post near the Dolphin Bridge. Caleb should be lounging down the street east along the main road. The docks don't see too much of the arcane. I guarantee your talents can make an impact, for or against the watch. But while you're here, feel free to make yourself at home. Also, any friend of yours is a friend of mine. Your companions are welcome to stay here as well, even if you're off on some other journey like the one that sent you here. They're all welcome to make themselves at home whenever they're not traveling with you. That way you'll know where to find them if you need their help later. Sound good?
All right. First things first, though, I think I have a couple of things I wanted to drop off. Excuse me. And what I normally do is I come down here and I go into this room here, which has the various workstations in it. And anything I don't want to be carrying that I can't sell, that and that, I will chuck in there. I don't think I have anything in that bag at the moment, do I? No, I don't. Did anyone else have anything we want to get rid of? No, you're keeping that.
I am listening.
No, you're good. Yes. We're going to sell that in a minute. Okay. How did we get teleported all the way back? Oh, I'm not even going to ask. Oh, we started running back here when I switched to different characters. That's what happened. I'm not going to talk to Bishop yet because A, I don't need to, and B, I do not like the idea of a evil ranger, which he is. Okay. So Caleb's down there. Nothing's going to happen to us from him anyway at the moment, but we are going to get attacked. Actually, let's come in here first. I'll sell the armor to this guy and see what else he has.
Yeah?
3, 4, 5, 8, 4, 7, 2, 3. Benzo's luck is armor bonus versus chaotic and evil. Yeah, I don't think I want it though. I'd like some good leather armor. That's studded leather against giants. That's really not going to help very much. Okay. So let's not worry about that. So there's Gith, Yankee, or whatever they are. Bladelings here. Can I attack them yet? I can.
Take that! Take that!
And that was ridiculously easy. And a single gold piece out of all of that. Okay. No, nothing there. Let's talk to this guy. Show me what you have for sale. That's right, we got our second. So this shard gives us a health bonus, and that shard gives us acid and electrical resistance. You have weapons, of which I don't really think there's anything here we really want. But we shall look. The Lesser Rift Hammer is a warhammer that does sonic damage. Okay, so nothing we want there. Let's go and talk to McCormick and get these missions underway. Ooh, excuse me. Must be someone you can spare, Lieutenant. He's the first one to stand against the thugs and deserves our protections. You know the number of men I have available, Marshal. You also know the effort's been taken to weed out turncoats. I can send some watchmen to the shopkeeper, but they'll have to postpone the sweep through the northern district. I'm sure you'll agree that we need every man available. Council hasn't done us any favours with that last vote, have they? Very well. Postpone the sweep. Assign some men to the shopkeeper. Place the others on. Well, look, the wind's brought us. It's good to see you again. If I recall, you promised a reward. You decided to seek me out. I spoke with the captain. She agreed. Okay, so the watch is most generous. Thank you. So what do we get? 300 gold. Very nice. Glad to see your journey through the mere hasn't changed you. A lot of people come out of that place changed, not for the better. But enough of that. What can I do for a fellow harborman? I need to enter Black Lake. Beautiful place, worth the trip, but the entire district locked up tight. You won't be getting in there anytime soon. Anything I can do to help? The only way anyone gets in is if they're a member of the Watch, and Captain Berlinia has to personally approve anyone who enters Black Lake. The woman takes her job very seriously. She won't just give you one if you ask. Well, if I work for the City Watch, will that help? Be a good start, knowing you're more than capable of handling the job. If you make enough of an impact, and believe me, you have plenty of opportunities to show off your abilities. What do I need to do? Lots of script on the Docks District. Criminal gangs are running loose. Even some of our own seem to have forgotten the oaths that taken when they joined. It hasn't been your usual crime wave, however. These thugs have been well organised. We've heard her name, Moira, and we think she's running the whole gang. Also, know others have tried to organise their own gangs. City Watch is outnumbered. Sign me up. Here, you'll need to wear this cloak to mark you as a member of the City Watch. Now, we've got a problem with one of the shopkeepers. His name's Hagen. He decided to stand up to the criminals of this district. Get down to his shop and make sure nothing happens to him. My gut tells me Moyer's crew isn't through with him yet. Lieutenant would seem a problems are solved. Sweep to the North Docks can occur on a schedule. Yes, thank you. I recommend that you make your way to Hagen's as soon as possible. I worry for his safety. So this is good. I get the City Watch Cloak, which gives me a bonus to Diplomacy and Intimidate, which I don't really want, but I do want a cloak. And so that looks good. Actually, we're also going to put... I can't remember if there's... I think there was a problem putting these in a bag. I think after you rest or something, you sometimes... Maybe I won't do that. Okay, let's just get out of here. Let's go and do this mission. They're all pretty simple, these missions. There's nothing that... well, difficult, really, I guess is just as valid a word. So, we just have to go... It's probably easy enough to go around this way. I can go around that way and all the way around. We've got to go to there, but I have to go all the way around there, or I go all the way around here. It's, 6 of 1. Go. Let's head on in. Have to deal with the cantankerous daughter first. I'm here to speak with Hagen. I'm with the City Watch. Pleased to see the watch still responds so promptly to reports of crime. Good to know. Considers threat to one's livelihood. May I speak with Hagen, please? Yes, of course. My father will be happy to know that his pleas have been answered. City Watchers honour us with their presence. Thank you for responding. Forgive my daughter. She has yet to learn patience. She's definitely a charmer. I'd be wanting protection as well if there were more of your kind running loose in the city. What can I do for you, Hagen? I want the Watch to put a stop to tribute demands that a local thug named Caleb is assisting from the merchants. Tribute for what? For all the services that he's been providing. You listen to Caleb's goon and you'd think the only reason the entire docks hasn't burned down is because of their efforts. So what is it you're requesting from the docks? Well, I've already refused to pay. It doesn't take enough risk to figure out that won't be enough. Caleb is bound to send more men to collect his tribute. I need you to protect me from them. Don't worry, I won't let anything happen to your shop. Thank you. Risa, I want you to go home. Okay, so she's going home. We're going to stand over here and wait, and in come the bad guys. And I just have to get my trigger figure ready for my Eldritch Blast. Caleb didn't like your answer, merchant. You will pay him the tribute or things will get unpleasant here pretty soon. I won't be bullied. Caleb has my answer. I owe him nothing. Wrong answer, old man. Maybe a few broken bones will change your mind. Where's your daughter? Send her away, did you? Not smart at all. We can find her. It'd be a shame if something happened to her. Look, the merchant thinks the City Watch can help. I thought wisdom came with age, old man. You are all under arrest. Careful, boys, we're being arrested. Woe is us. What will we do? Why don't you just go get yourself a pastry while we finish our business here? You're going to come quietly or not? Let me think about that. How about no? Boys, the City Watch is getting uppity again. Time to bring them down a peg. They don't learn. The Watch is here to serve. Good day. They didn't drop anything. How annoying. But that's fine. I took a couple of points of damage, 7 to be precise, but that was it. We did very well. Before we go back to Cormac, I am going to stop in at Sands and see if there's anything I want to buy from him. So let's have a look. Because I have a bit of coin. Don't know why he's injured.
Ah, well met again. And what can I help you with?
Let's see what you have for sale. Boots of tumbling, gloves of spellcraft. I already have... Well, I don't have gloves of spellcraft, but I have greater gloves of concentration, and I have lesser boots of tumbling. I could buy the greater boots of tumbling, or the boots of tumbling. Wow, you really don't have any weapons. A blank scroll. What does that do? Amulet of Natural Armor +2 for 7 grand. And a Ring of Protection +2. If I buy that and that, I don't really need that extra armor I was looking at before. Let's buy both of those. Is this the Rod of Frost that I was thinking of? Yes, there it is. God, it takes a long time to get it, though. Ray of Frost, unlimited uses. This rod is one of many crafted by the gnomish wizard Jaru. Jaru is a teacher of the Adventurers Academy located in Neverwinter. He gives out these rods to students that he feel are a cut or above. That was, I think, the name of the guy in Neverwinter Nights 1 who gave that to you. But of course we don't want that. It will not do us any good. Well, I mean, we can't use it. So, if we put that on and that on, we are now 26. That is unreal. And then we're going to not do that. Is there anyone else that will...
Everybody, follow me!
So you've got Natural Armor +1 already.
Yes.
You've got that amulet, which gives you bonuses to Constitution and save throw.
Follow me.
So let's give you that amulet. That gives... Why did... Hang on.
How can I help?
Everyone, follow me.
Follow me.
What happened? Where'd that amulet go?
Yes.
I am listening.
How can I help? How can I help?
I am listening.
I think it's technically in his inventory here, but something's gone funny. Let's save.
How can I help?
Yes.
Yes.
I might just quickly go back to the main menu and load again. And see if that brings the amulet back.
Yeah?
How can I help?
What happened to it?
Everyone, follow me.
I didn't drop it on the floor. It's not in there.
Ah, well met again. And what can I...
Yes.
Everybody, follow me!
Yes.
Yes. Yeah?
Well, I'm annoyed. I don't know what happened to that amulet. We didn't drop it anywhere. We didn't sell it.
Yes.
And it's not in anyone's inventory. Damn it, I just sold that. Can't believe I just bought that back. Get rid of that so I don't do that again. Okay. Oh, actually. No. Let's just do that. Okay, let's get out of here. I'm annoyed that that amulet has just disappeared.
I am listening.
Everybody, follow me!
Yes.
Yes.
Maybe when we get outside, it'll be visible in his inventory. I don't know. We shall have a quick look.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, go back and talk to Cormac. And get our next mission, which I think is take on Caleb, if I remember rightly, but I'm not entirely certain. I think it should be, because we just found out that he was strong-arming the merchants.
Yeah?
I don't really want to take that amulet of vitality off him because it's giving him extra hit points.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
ridiculously high hit points compared to everybody else.
I am listening.
So, I probably would have just sold it anyway. 100 experience, very nice. Understand you're able to keep Hagen from harm, good work. Perhaps people have never have more confidence in the Watch. Stand up to these criminals. There was a name mentioned, Caleb. Apparently he's behind the threats. The Watch knows him well. I've been looking for an excuse to bring him in. Moved on to extortion, has he? My sources suspect Caleb of being Moria's man in the South Docks. Bringing him in would hurt her operations there. What are you waiting for then? Do you know where Caleb is holed up, Lieutenant? We do. I can send some men over to deal with him. No, let them rest. The sweep through the North Docks was rougher than we anticipated. I'll take care of him. Yeah, let's go. G'day, St. Salvius. Yep, doing good. How are you? Where am I going? I thought I was in Hagen's. That's what the problem was. Don't know why I thought I was in Hagen's, though. Okay. Stop here. Let's head on in. And arrest Caleb. What are you looking at, Hound? The watch isn't welcome here, so get out. By the authority of City Watch, you're under arrest. You got a lot to learn if you think you can come and try and arrest me. Why don't you be a good little watchman and go back to chasing down stray dogs or something? Besides, you got any proof that I've done anything? I've been here all day. I was there when your men tried to collect from Hagen, so I wasn't there. You're wasting my time, and I'm starting to get angry. Enough talk. Come on. Oh, actually, let's try intimidate. You're coming with me, Caleb, or else I'm not warning you again. Failure. It's going to be hard to bring me if you're dead. Come on, boys. Let's show this watchman who's in charge. Really? You really want to do this, Caleb? And there we go. All done. Nice and easy. Whoops. In we go. Caleb's daddy tried to bribe me and attacked when I refused. What a shame. If he was working for Moya, he'd have had some interesting things to tell us. He didn't give me a chance in the matter. I believe it. You did well. Now, have the opportunity to put a serious dent in their activities and bring order back to this district. Unstable as Caleb was, still had some control over crime in this part of the docks. Without him, I'm wagering that his thugs are now divided and fighting over the control of the docks. I want you to deal with it. Keep the peace. The district will see that the City Watch is here to serve. What do you want me to do? Our swoop through the North Docks wasn't as effective as we could have liked, but it did reveal the amount of control the gang had over the district. It's also revealed the extent of corruption that has spread throughout the Watch. Many of our men returned to report either they'd been ambushed or, more disturbingly, that they found any law-abiding citizens. I want you to perform a similar sweep. Apprehend any and all members of Moira's gang and anyone else, or anyone else's gang that you run across. I want you to check in at the guard posts. Captain Brelina has given me strict orders, Marshal. I am not to press the issue with our watchmen at this time. We are short-handed as it is, and I cannot afford to have men leaving us for Moira's employ. Captain Brelina also charged us with cleaning the district up, and I mean to do just that. Corruption within the Watch certainly encourages the criminal activity. Am I to arrest our own as well, then? I defer the decision to you, Marshal. Arrest those involved in illegal activities. Moya won't find any allies among the City Watch if I have a say about it. I understand Captain Brelina's concerns, Lieutenant. However, we must purge the criminal element from our own ranks before we can effectively clean up the district. Very well, you have your orders. Report back when your sweep is complete. So, we need to sweep through the district, visit each City Watch guard post, deal with the criminal element, and return. I thought, once we get outside, let me just check something. I thought there was a way to list the current quest and what you had to complete, but maybe I'm just thinking of all of the other games that have that feature. Let's just quick save and game options, key mapping. So there is the journal, but that's fine. No. No, I guess you can't. It is marked on the map, though, I think. So, well, you've just got to go to each of the guard posts. I tend to like to do it in a fairly orderly fashion. So we're going to come down here. Can't remember if there's any bad guys along the way. I don't think there is, although there is this trouble here with Quora and her friends. So let's do this.
Ladies, please, there's no call to lose our tempers over this.
Temper? I haven't even gotten warmed up yet.
Being able to keep a rein on your spells is a sign of discipline, Quara. Something you could never master.
And the instructors aren't here to shield you. Go on. Set fire to this whole street and this sad tavern, and you'll never be able to return to the academy, let alone Neverwinter.
As if I'd want to stay in that prison with you high-nosed witches for another year.
You're right. Here among the docks is where you belong, peddling yourself for cheap coin.
Wow! Someone get me a tankard. This is going to get good.
What in the nine hells did I do to deserve that? Oh, thank the gods you've arrived. Do something. These ladies are about to start throwing spells outside my establishment. Whatever you do, do it quick. They won't be able to ferry enough water from the harbor to put out a blaze if things get out of hand.
Heatha, I think members of the Watch are here.
Friends of yours, Quara? Sent to bail you out, perhaps?
I don't need anyone's help to turn you into ash.
If any of you cast spells here, you're breaking the law and I'll be forced to arrest you.
This is not your concern. Quara has threatened us for the last time, and we will stand for it no longer.
Yeah, if Quara's so superior to us, then I say let her prove it, without the Academy instructors stepping in to stop things.
The instructors? They never stopped me before. You always went running to them, not me. I've heard every word you've said about me. Always talking behind my back, ridiculing me, just because it takes you a shoreman's hour to cast a cantrip.
And you think setting fire to a stable while casting yours is any better, Quara? I practice restraint, not showy, excessive displays.
Yeah, Heatha is simply cautious in her craft. You're the dangerous one, Quara.
If you knew how dangerous I was, then you should have known better than to push me this far.
This street is under my protection. You cast a spell here, I'll arrest you all.
I would not intervene if I were you, else we'll be forced to stop you as well. We are wizards, you know.
Yes, wizards. From the Academy. But we don't want any trouble with you. Just Quara.
Any fighting here means you're fighting me and all my friends.
Heatha, I don't want to be cast out of the Academy if we're arrested.
Very well. This isn't worth it. You're fortunate this time, Quara. Next time, you'd better not let us catch you outside the Academy walls. Come, Glenna. I think we've smelled enough of the docks for one day.
I didn't need your help. Those wizards had it coming.
Trading insults and spells isn't the way to resolve matters. You should have called the Watch.
Those noble-born wannabe mages are just jealous. They don't like the fact that I can summon more power from my thumb than they can with a day's worth of concentration. They're always staring into their tomes and books, trying to categorize magic. It's a waste of time. It just is. And either you understand it or you don't. It's instinct.
So, you study at the academy.
Well, the thing is, I'm not a part of the academy anymore. I quit. Sort of. After burning down the stable.
Last, you should have thought of that before starting a fight outside the flagon. And the damage you caused before they even showed up.
It's the wood you use in the rafters. It sets fire easily. Sorry about that.
Sorry? Oh, lass, I wasn't asking for an apology. You'll be paying me back, you will, for all my lost business, for a tarnished reputation, and for putting me and my kin in danger like that.
What? I'm not working for either of you, ever.
What? You're too good for us?
I am. Now get out of my way. I'm not paying for a thing.
No, lass, you will. Or by gods, you'll bring down a fury from me like you've never seen. And not only that, if you don't, you'll be proving those other girls right. I don't think you're willing to admit you don't have discipline, restraint, or a sense of responsibility, like they claim to have. Besides, I doubt you'll be welcome back at the academy.
Yeah, actually, I could use some help.
You want me to help you? Fine, but I warn you, you may not be able to handle me. But if you want to take a demon by the horns, then fine.
Okay. I have occasionally used her in my party. I'm supposed to be talking to you. So anyway, time to get another watchman to help him out, and that's... We're not leaving our post. Then he says, everyone wants the watch to help, but they won't increase our pay. How's the patrol going? Not too rough, I hope? Not at all. Good to hear it. Not a good time to get trapped in a dark alley, you know? Busy night? Besides the man wanting to play hero? No, I hear it's been rough for the rest of the district, what with Caleb being taken down. Tomorrow's blessed me though. I've got guard post duty. No way could you get me out there. I'm going to sit here and stay alive until my shift's over. That attitude is one of the reasons why Moira's gang controls this district. That's so. I don't see why I should risk my neck when no one's doing anything about the watchmen that are working for her gang. You know who the turncoats are? I've got my suspicions, but no proof. Why should I care? If the officers won't do anything about it, I'm not going to start. Still, if it were up to me, I'd take every turncoat and lock them up. Still, I'm one man, and it's not going to happen. Change has to start somewhere. Sure, just as soon as I'm given an order to. Otherwise, I'll do what I'm told and collect my pay. Look, you don't have to tell me something needs to be done about watchmen getting paid to look the other way. All I'm saying is I'm not about to cause trouble. I can't trust the people at the top to stand by me when things get rough. Now, I've enjoyed our little talk, but you got rounds to do out there. Better you than me, that's all I say. Okay, so we visited one of the groups of watchmen. Let's come and visit the second group right here. We'll do a quick save before we do that. Not that I expect that much trouble. Well, I expect a little bit of trouble, but it's not going to be hard. What do you want? Busy night? Aye, it's as busy as it ever is. Is there anything you wanted? I'm on patrol checking in, so you've checked in and can move on. Good for you. Wait, you're the new recruit, aren't you? Look, I saw you over at the station. You looking to make some extra gold? How would I do that? There's a secret to staying safe during your shift. Well, too. The first is not to go looking for trouble, of course. Pick guard duty if you ever have a choice. And the other secret? The other secret is to make the right friends. Some of my friends are really interested in not being seen. So interested, in fact, they'll pay good coin to make sure of it. I could put you in touch with some of them, if you're interested. You mean take a bribe. I prefer to think of it as life insurance. I stay out of their way, make a little gold on the side, and I keep living. If the same offer comes to you, I suggest you take it. Makes the job a lot safer, if you know what I mean. I've got an offer for you. Yeah? This should be interesting. Let's hear it. You're under arrest. Come quietly with me and you won't get hurt. Doesn't look like you're going to be living through your first night on the job, and here I thought this was going to be a boring shift. But... And there we go. Nice and easy. Might as well use that. And then we might as well split that. No, just one of those for you, and one of those for you.
Follow me.
How can I help?
Oh, you already had a whole bunch of them. There we go. It's not really important that we get that extra health, but I figured we've got these potions, we don't seem to be using them. Maybe we should. Okay, and oh, that's right, we got this nice little... We're not asking you to do anything violent, Sergeant. In fact, we're offering to pay you more than you and your men would make the entire week just to end your shift a little early. That's a lot to offer for such a simple favour. Why so much? Because we respect you, Sergeant. You work hard and receive little in return from the watch. Think of this as a gift for your dedication. Who are these men, Sergeant? That's an excellent question, Watchman. I'd like to know as well before our discussion proceeds any further. We are merely travellers from Luskan who are impressed with the work of your city watch and wish to offer a gift. Luskan, who let you into Neverwinter? Luskan and Neverwinter are currently at peace with each other, Watchman. Our presence here should not be a cause for alarm. If you wish to discuss politics some other time, I'd be more than willing to oblige. For now, however, I have a business transaction to complete with the Sergeant, if you don't mind. It looks like you're trying to bribe the Sergeant. I am shocked, even offended, that you would suggest such a thing. I am merely offering a gift to a hard-working member of the Watch in gratitude for the security they bring to this fair city. In other words, a bribe. Well, I would like to state again, I haven't accepted. You seem an honourable man, Sergeant. You'll do the right thing. You're right. Taking this gift makes me just as bad as the other turncoats. As much as I appreciate the gesture, good sir, I must refuse. Well, that's unfortunate. You and your men will not be at this post at the given time, I assure you. Kill them all and dispose of the evidence. This is what we have planned. This isn't what we planned, but it will be far more enjoyable to spit these Neverwinter hounds upon our blades. And there we go. The war's barely over and Luskan are already looking to cause trouble again. I thought all these troubles with Royathan would be enough to keep the Luskans out of our city, but here they are crawling into the harbour like rats of a sinking ship. I'm glad you were there to back us up. You won't tell anyone about this, what was said before the fight, will you? You were close to accepting a bribe. How do I know you haven't taken any before? I understand. You saw me falter. Still, I didn't take their coin. You must believe me when I say I've yet to give in. And after what's happened here, you can bet I won't be tempted again. That's good enough for me. Have a safe patrol, Watchman. I'll remember what happened here. So there we go. That's the second of the groups. I didn't want to pick up those arrows. I should not have picked up those arrows. I'm going to drop those arrows. There we go. And so now we've got a group of thugs over here. Dun, 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 dun. Some bags of stuff over here. Try and diffuse this situation over here. Don't have to talk to this guy, but look, an actual watchman on patrol. He means us, girl. Oh, I keep forgetting. How about having a drink with us, watchman? Relax a little. Thank you, but I have to decline. Too bad. It's a special blend from Cormier. You'd be hard-pressed to find ale this good in Neverwinter. We're on duty, Kelgar. No drinks for us, and none for my friend here either. Well, that's not just proper. Yeah. You're loitering. You want to drink? Take it inside. It's nice out here. Nothing against that. Makes me wish I didn't have to work, but I do. Do you really want to put up a fight over this? I don't want any trouble. I don't see where my friends. I can't stand out here and relax. This one's trying to bring me in for just standing here having a drink. Everything's fine. I just don't want to make sure I want to make sure they don't cause. Haven't you figured out yet? We're just relaxing out here. We don't have any problems. I'd feel better about it if you take it inside. Fine. Just remember, there are real criminals loose out there while you harass me and my friends. That's right. If you hadn't have been so set on harassing people or arguing when I asked you to take it inside, we could have got to these bandits much quicker. Very easy. That's the one I want to fight. That's the mage. He's got to die. There we go. Very good. Ooh, another amulet. And right, so what's that amulet?
Yes.
Acid resistance. Okay, we can sell that. We don't need that. Can we rest? We can. Good. Because some of you guys are a little bit hurt. There we go. Let's do our standard buffs. And a quick save. I think we just need to do that guard post there. But we'll come back down to that alley around there as well. Oh, because there's those guys we've got to do yet as well. Doing the rounds? Yep, I'm checking in. I don't recognise you. Must be one of the new recruits. Just keep your own business. The problem will be over before you know it. Anything to report? It's been quiet. I got an understanding with Moira's boys, so it's usually quiet. An understanding? Look, the deal is we stay away from her boys and in exchange there's some extra coin in our purses at the end of the shift. It's a good arrangement, and as long as they don't do anything like trying to burn down a block or anything, everyone benefits. Besides, none of us are paid well enough to cross Moira and get ourselves killed. We mind our own business and her gang stays away from us. Your duty is to protect the innocent. My duty is to my family, and that means not getting myself killed trying to fight a one-man war against Moira. And the extra coin comes in handy. It's been hard living in Neverwinter. Everything's still recovering from the last war. Besides, Moira's already got Dex Warlock. Derzok. Moira's already got half the watch in her pockets. My taking money from her doesn't make any bit of difference. And how would your family feel if they knew you'd been corrupted? They wouldn't be pleased to hear it, but what can I do about it? I can't walk up to Moira and give her the coin back now, can I? Why don't you turn the gold over to Cormac? An interesting idea. Moira pays me and the watch benefits. I like the way you think. And with her men thinking I'm still on their payroll, I'll be able to tip the watch off on any crimes being planned. It's risky, though. My body will be floating in the harbour if anyone finds out. I would think that your honour is worth the risk. I suppose you're right. At least I won't be able to speak to my family without feeling guilt any longer. Now, if you don't mind, I think we're done talking. You've got a patrol to finish. That I do. And there goes the fire that was just lit. Oh, there's the smoke right there. We're not going to go to that, though. We're going to get this little bit of stuff done first. Keep it moving, we're behind schedule. If you stop talking and help me push, we'd already be there. Need some help. That won't be necessary, we've got things under control. Just, you know, moving, that's all. Just moving our things. Moving, I don't see any furniture. Right, we've already moved the big stuff. These are our personal belongings. You don't mind if I look inside then? We'd rather you didn't. Personal things, you know, kind of embarrassing. Enough games, show me what's in the wagon. No way, I've worked too hard to let some hound ruin it for me. I've never fought a hound before, let's see if you're as soft as everyone says. Really? You're going to... Right. So that's that done. I did sort of want to go down here and take on this other group of guys before I come back here to the fire. So let's do that. Oh, actually there's two groups here. There's this.
Coming back to the city was a mistake, Nishka. You didn't think you'd slip in unnoticed, did you?
No, I'm just surprised it took you this long to notice. So who's wasting their money on you this time, Benin?
If you got a problem with her, you got a problem with me.
That's right, Benin. You think I'd come back without some muscle on my side? Well, you thought wrong, and I'm still waiting for an answer. You're too stupid to come here on your own. So who sent you?
Leldon's still got a bounty out on you, goat girl. He's even upped the price for those horns.
Find another bounty.
So what'll it be, Benin? Run now, or let me remove that empty head from your neck?
Brave talk, girl, but your luck's run out. I'm gonna send you back to the Nine Hells, where your kind belongs.
Hey, home is where the heart is. And I'm staying right here in Neverwinter. Looks like Leldon's in for more disappointment. That was fun.
That's the spirit. A little battle was all we need to get the blood pumping. Almost wish they lasted a little longer.
I take it this Leldon's not a friend of yours?
Leldon still can't admit that he's the second best thief in Neverwinter. He's taken things a little too personally, if you ask me.
Taken what things too personally?
Well, Leldon and I pulled a job about a year ago. Big haul, too. You should have been there. I was brilliant. So we get back to our hideout and start to divide up the loot, and that's when old Leldon demands a bigger share.
I'm beginning to understand the problem.
I'm the one who got us past the guards and past the trap at the vault. Leldon was just baggage. He claims he planned it all. Not much of a plan if you don't know the guard patrol routes or that the vault is trapped. If it weren't for me, he would have never have gotten past the front door.
Go on, I want to hear the rest.
So anyway, there's Leldon demanding a bigger share, and he's definitely planned this part out. He's hired Benin and his boys, his muscle, to make sure I agree. Well, the odds weren't in my favor. I'm delicate, you know. So Leldon and I argued for a bit, but I wasn't gonna win that one, so I got my tail out of there before Benin got antsy. What's worse is they didn't just take my share. They took everything I had. And I wasn't in much of a position to argue, you know?
Scaled Fist, that's a monk, isn't it? I play pure classes. I don't generally dip into other things. So even if they had Scaled Fist, I probably wouldn't do it. Doesn't sound like the end of the story.
Oh, well, I couldn't just let things stand as they were. I mean, I am the best. Leldon's good, and he gets lucky sometimes, but he can't hold a torch to me. So I broke back into his place, stole all the loot, every last copper, and left a note explaining to him how I got past each one of his traps. I didn't get everything they stole back, especially some of the more precious things. But Leldon probably sold them by now anyway. Too bad. And still, I got back way more than my share.
Hopefully that's the last we'll hear of him.
Ex-partner. And I'm not worried. As long as I've got you here, Leldon won't be able to touch us. Right. The sooner we get distance between us and this mess, the better. Lead on.
I mean, it would be nice to have a bonus to AC, but my AC is already 26 at level 7, so I'm pretty, and that's with no magic armor. That's just with the default armor that I got in the game. So I'm pretty happy with that. I think it's doing pretty well. Yeah, I know, they say you can't have enough AC, but, you know. What I'm trying to say, you miserable little gnome, is that we're going to break every item in your inventory unless you pay us more. Oh, you're looking for protection money. Why didn't you just say so instead of yammering on about broken dishes? Let me run her through, boss. This isn't worth it. Moira will make us deal with her regularly if we take her money. Is there a problem here? Ah, the Sea Watch. No problem, officer. These gentlemen were just clarifying a few things. Nothing to worry yourself over. Right, just a little disagreement. Go find yourself someone else to bother, Hound. Looks like you're extorting money from this merchant. It's quite acceptable, truly. I have to admit that I've been looking forward to this day. You have? It means I've made it. After all, they wouldn't be trying to take money from someone who was unsuccessful. I consider it a rite of passage. See, even the gnome isn't complaining. Why don't you leave us to our business? What you're doing is illegal. I'm placing you under arrest. The law is what it is, and no one can ever accuse me of being anything but law-abiding. Perhaps I'll be able to do business with one of your rivals instead, gentlemen. You should have walked away when you had the chance, Hound. We're not going to let you get in our way. Let's take on the Hound boys. You gnomes, stay where you are. We're not through with you yet.
Time for a little fun!
Like, surely these guys must have more sense. Not one of them actually has a name. They're all just thug. We just killed one of the guys that actually had a name, and we barely broke a sweat. I've said it before, and I think it's something that someone really needs to pay more attention in a lot of these sorts of games. I mean, I know this game's, you know, getting on in years now. It's like 14 or 15 years old or something. But one thing I don't see in these games, as I said, and I mentioned this before, is, you know, right, we've just killed 2 of their numbers, so half of them are down, the other 2 are injured. You really would think that at some point, though, these guys would try and run away. Because they know they're outmatched, they know that they're going to die. Because look, we didn't break a sweat there. And that's something that I don't see in these games very often, is a mechanic where the enemy realizes it's in trouble and it shouldn't have done so. I can do it. If I get into a fight where it's really difficult, I can try and GTFO, but the enemy rarely ever does in these sorts of games, and I'd like to see it more often. Having said that, I've said before, I don't like using things like fear in these games because they cause the enemies to run away and you have to chase them down. But it would be nice just occasionally to see enemies that go, oh shit, I'm about to die, I'm getting out of here. Let's see what you've got. I'm going to sell... Oh good, I can sell that and that. Wand of Stinking Cloud. Yeah, we'll get rid of that and that and that. We might keep the Lesser Restoration. I don't want the Acid Resistance. I don't want those. I don't want that. Critical Wounds we'll keep. What do you have that I might want to use? Cloak of Fortification, Protection, Resistance, Gauntlets of Ogre Power. That just gives +1 to Strength. I don't think that's good enough. A Nymph Cloak +2. That might be worthwhile. And then what's the Robe of Scintillating Colours? That is Daze and Displacement. No. I mean, I can't use it anyway. Well, actually, it looks like I can, but I don't want to use it. I think I will buy that cloak and swap out that. We might give that watch cloak to you. Just because that makes me a slightly more effective Warlock.
How can I help?
Oh, you don't have braces on yet, but you've already got the nimble boots which give you a dex bonus, so buying gloves of braces of dexterity is no use to you. I could buy braces of armor, but no, I don't think so. So that'll do. She actually has some pretty good inventory. Let's come back around here and see what's happening with this fire. Okay, so the new cloak is the Nymph Cloak +2. It raises my charisma by 2, and considering that is my primary attribute as a warlock, that will make my spells a little bit harder to defend against. So the DC check that they will have to do, I don't think it actually lists it as well as some other games do. The DC check that opponents will have to do to defend against any of my spells, it's not really a big thing because the only thing it's useful for at the moment is when I use my Eldritch Chain and Draining Blast. The Draining Blast part of it, this one here, they can make a reflex save against that to see whether it slows them or not. So this just makes it harder for them to save against that effect, so it will work a little bit more often. That's it. So there are a lot of no. Who's the one we have to talk to? Is it this one? It is. So there's not actually that many of the Warlock's abilities or spells that you can use sort of offensively. I suppose there are a few, but there's not many of them that you actually need a high charisma. So that's why it's actually fairly, as a warlock, it's actually, there's two, that's what Durzok was asking before when he said whether I'm doing a DC or a Dex warlock. If you build a warlock with really high charisma, you're building one which has a high DC check so that they can't resist as easy any of the effects that you're trying to apply. Or you can build a Dex Warlock and you're concentrating on hitting as often as you can, so your Eldritch Fire will rarely ever miss because you're hitting so well, and you've also got high armor class like my character currently has. I've chosen to go down the Dex route, which means I hit more often. That's the way I prefer to play the Warlock. So, keep those buckets moving, men. We have to make sure the rest of the district doesn't go up in flames as well. What's happening here? War. The bloodiest war Neverwinter's ever seen. If Captain Brillina will let the men and I do what needs to be done. What do you mean? The good captain's been too timid out here, afraid to clamp down on this district. And this is what her caution has brought us. Moira strikes at us whenever she pleases, and now Lieutenant Rowe has been lost to this blaze along with a number of our brothers. Look, we're busy right now. If you're looking for new orders, Marshal Cormac is over at the Merchant's Quarter speaking with Captain Brillina. Who knows, maybe after this the Marshal will finally be able to convince the good captain we need to act. So, we now have to go over to the Merchant's District. Pretty sure that's... Yes, we need to speak with Brillina, so we've got to head over there. And we have really done everything in this quarter for the moment. There are a couple of things we can come back and do here later, but for now, the next part of the quests, etc., that we're going to be given are going to be over here in the Merchant's District. It's really just across this bridge. Yeah, I'm not sure. The problem with putting the Sorceress in my team is I think you can only have 4 people in the team. And I like Kelgar in my team. He's a good fighter, does good damage. Eleni's okay. She's not great, but she's not too bad either, at least early game. And Nishka, having a thief in the party is good. Let's just quick save while I talk about this. Having a thief in the party is good. Sure, the sorceress, if we get the knock spell for her, she can be opening locks and stuff, or I can just blast things open. But having Nishka able to unlock things is quite handy. I generally swap Nishka out, Nishka and Eleni out a little bit later on. After we've done all of the investigation here in town, we get given a couple of missions where we have to go out into the wilderness again. And in one of those, we pick up a Paladin Companion. Actually, there's also a bard that you can get as well when you head out there. But we pick up a Paladin Companion, and I usually bring him in, and it's at about that time that I swap. So I bring him in, and I actually replace the Druid, Nishka, with the Paladin. But then the Paladin fights with Nishka a lot. And so I usually drop Nishka out at about that point and bring the Sorceress in at that point. That way we've got the Paladin who's able to do a bit of healing, but we've also got plenty of healing potions and stuff like that by that point. And we've still got Kelgar, who's a good melee fighter. The Paladin's an okay melee fighter, but he does a bit of healing as well. He's, more of a cleric than what Eleni is. But there's also one other quest we have to do with Eleni out in the wilderness before we get rid of her. So that's generally the way I do it. So I probably will go to that. And later on, you can actually put Sans in your party as well. So you can have a wizard if you want. He's okay as well, but I probably won't bring him into my party in this playthrough, I don't think. I've tried it before. He is okay. But I think later on it's probably going to be Kelgar, the Paladin whose name escapes me, and the Sorceress, Quara, is going to be my main party. I really wish you could go to 6 members in the party. That would be great. But yeah, I put up with it. So let's... I don't have my buffs on.
Crossfire. Crossfire.
I'm disappointed. I thought you'd be harder to find than this, Nishka. Leldon's been after you for some time now.
If I didn't want to be found, you'd still be stumbling around in the dark, Tremel. Tell Leldon to back off, or I'll be coming for him.
We've already gone through this with other thugs. Leldon sent Tremel. Walk away and you'll live.
Leldon's not just paying me gold for this. He's also bringing me in as his partner, just as soon as I bring him your horns.
You're doing this to become Leldon's partner? Trust me, I'll be doing you a favor, killing you.
Last chance, Tremel. Walk away.
You're acting like this is some kind of choice. You're all marked, and I intend to collect. Come on, demon girl. Let's see if you're as hard to kill as they say.
For Merdelaine and all within it.
Whoops. That is...
Well, look who showed up.
I don't want her using those fire bolts just yet. I mean, yep, they do a lot of damage, but there's more important things later on that we can use those on.
Leldon's more obsessed than I thought. I wonder how many of his goons will have to carve up before he gets wise.
I think it's time we paid Leldon a visit.
Guess you're right. As much as I'm enjoying tweaking his nose, Leldon's getting out of hand.
I'm not certain Leldon is the one we need to worry about. At least he makes his grievances plain.
He'll be ready, though. Since he knows I'm here, he's got to know that I'll be coming for him.
I don't care what we do, but I prefer we do something he's not expecting.
I don't plan to kill him. This'll be too much fun to ruin it by killing him. Look, Leldon's not going to give up. Trust me, he was my partner. I know him. He's got a soft spot, though. There's this coin of his that he thinks is lucky. He always has it with him on jobs. Couldn't stop playing with it. Real annoying. He's probably got it well protected, too. So I want to steal it out from under his nose.
And what would that accomplish?
If theft got you and us in this trouble to begin with, I fail to see how it will solve matters by stealing again.
Don't you see? If I can get my hands on that coin, he might give up. After all, without it, his plans will always fail. At least he thinks so.
I don't know.
I don't think it's even a plan. It doesn't even make sense.
I prove I'm better than he is by getting around his guards and traps. He gets worried, loses his nerves, and the attacks stop. What's not to like?
I'll tell you what's not to like. Anyone willing to resort to murder over a theft isn't likely to stop because it's done to them a second time. And furthermore, it has nothing to do with why we're here in the city. Not at all. If we want to do something, we should seek out the druid lore masters in Neverwinter Wood, as I suggested.
Oh, so is that your problem? That we're not doing what you want to do? Maybe you haven't thought of this, but maybe there's a reason you haven't come across any druids. Have you thought of that? Maybe they're all gone, or in hiding, or they just gave up their duties, kind of like you have by being in the city. I mean, why are you even here? Huh? Why?
All right, you two, stop it.
No, she deserves an answer. You are right, of course. I should not be here. But I do not know where else to go, and the only clues as to what may have happened to my circle may lie with those shards. So yes, I do not wish to be in this city. I do not wish to be a burden, but I do not know what else to do to help. All I can think of is seeking out the druids in case they know what we can do. but I will go along with whatever our leader decides. If we help you, so be it. If not, then I will stand by that decision as well.
Well, all right. Maybe I wasn't explaining it well enough. But if we grab that coin from Leldon's stash, well, at least we'll have something to bargain with. He really likes that coin.
Okay.
Thanks. And believe me, I know what I'm doing. I've already told you I won't let anything happen to you.
Do you know where we can find him?
It's been a while since I was in the city last. I doubt any of my old contacts will want to talk. Looks like Leldon's got some influence in this district. Oh, Fala would know where he is, though. She knows just about everything that goes on here and in Black Lake. Yeah, she might be able to help us. We should go talk to her.
Where can we find her?
She owns the Moonstone Mask here in the Merchant Quarter. It used to be a place for people who, needed some privacy. She's cleaned it up quite a bit since the war, though. I kind of preferred it the way it was, though. But hey, it's her business. Anyway, she knows about pretty much anything that goes on in the district. Not surprising, considering the kind of place the Moonstone Mask used to be. I'd prefer to torture the information out of Leldon's thugs. But I guess this way is easier, and not as messy.
Okay. I actually find it... Oh, very nice. I find it funny that while we're talking, all of these citizens just end up walking through the middle of our group talking, and our characters move aside. I don't know if you noticed before, but there was another scripted conversation like this about half an hour or so ago where we were talking, and that was the one where the girls were attacking Quora, the fight outside the inn with the mages. And a cat walked through the middle of those two girls, forcing one of them to step aside. It's really bizarre how that happens in this, where it just it's not for no reason, but it seems pretty arbitrary that even a cat can force all of our characters to just move aside. Did we want to do anything? That's just straight studded leather +1. That's a longsword +2, a rapier, and summon creatures. No, we're going to sell all of that. We're going to come here and say good day to Deacon, my old friend Deacon. Deacon is a kobold who was in the second module that you played in Neverwinter Nights 1. He is a kobold bard. A customer, maybe. Deacon is pleased to see a kobold. What in the nine hells is a kobold doing in the streets of Neverwinter? Deacon not mean harm. Please do not kill Deacon. Deacon come in peace. Seek trade. Deacon say that so many times. Deacon tired of it. Sometimes wish people would just attack Deacon with sticks instead of ask. Deacon not go into dwarven caves. Deacon also not to blame if dwarves dig everywhere, then tell everyone to get out. But Deacon gives dwarfs many sorries. He knows how dwarves get, especially women, ones without beards. You're a kobold. Yes, Deacon, very kobold. Last Deacon, look in the mirror. Deacon, not do that much. Mirror is usually too high for Deacon. What are you doing here? Deacon is bard, singer with scales, running from danger and writer of tales. Maybe you read some of Deacon's works. Hard to find sometimes. Deacon have to look very hard to see where books are sometimes. Find them in trash heap. You wrote books. Yes, Deacon write a few. Not carried so much in Neverwinter, but here they are big in Icewind Dale. Of course, Deacon think not much to do up there but read, but he not heard so much about Icewind Dale recently. Maybe on last legs, good as dead. Deacon mostly write epic tales, big stories of travel, but not like Volo. Volo is after quick copper. Deacon thinks, not an artist with higher calling like Deacon. So you're a traveller. Deacon, little kobold, but big traveller. Deacon been to Shadowdale, Waterdeep, Underdark, and many mountains and forests and caves. Sometimes Deacon even stop and look at those places when not running and screaming in fear. Neverwinter next stop for Deacon, so here Deacon is. Deacon go where the stories are, as long as stories are outside. Deacon very, very tired of being in dungeons and caves with bad people that throw spells at Deacon. Is Neverwinter much of a change from Waterdeep? Neverwinter is a little smaller than Waterdeep, less squares and cubes, more shadows and hills, also glad land not moving, like first epic story. How did you become a merchant? Deacon collect many strange things running around world, hard to carry. Sat them down for a moment on Neverwinter Street to catch breath, and suddenly people start coming up to Deacon and asking to buy things from him. Deacon hungry, so Deacon figures that's all right. His back hurts from carrying all that stuff anyway. Good riddance to all that junk, Deacon thinks. Deacon not sure how long market will last, though. Big troubles in area, very scary to Deacon. Deacon hear bad things in Luskan City. Luskan City smell bad, but easy to hide there. Looking to do any more travelling? No, well, maybe. Deacon might move if Deacon had a little shop with a roof to keep out rain and cold, and no white dragons and no one to call master. But Deacon doesn't know where that is, and Deacon try everywhere in Neverwinter. People not want Deacon to move in. They say Deacon is vermin, attracts more kobolds, nests in the walls like rats. I think once you get your castle later on, you can get Deacon to move in and set up a shop. If I find a place where you can set up a shop, I'll let you know. Deacon thanks you. Deacon not picky, even a few holes in roof good. Not mind cold too much. He's small, could fit in tiny place. Even ruins as good as long as no monsters or golems or statues. Deacon not like statues. Already did duty as statue before. Not fun. Are you interested in doing more adventuring? While Deacon getting tired of Neverwinter, Deacon not miss adventuring life. Deacon probably needs long break before following any big hero again with pen. Deacon likes collecting and selling things, giving him time to write between Untitled and Waterdeep. Deacon needs a little break from golems and mages and snake ladies. Untitled, what happened there? Deacon remember lots of winds and grounds moving and snake ladies. Deacon think he should like snake ladies part more, but not much to like. Had to stand still a lot. Nose was itchy. There's also dwarf wizard too. Deacon miss him. Make chest hurt thinking about it. Let's just say Deacon happy to be on solid ground, and that be enough for Untitled. I'm not going to go through all this. Let's just see what he's got to say. For sale, sorry. So we don't want that, we don't want that, we don't want that, and we don't want that. What has he got? Ah, so this is where Deacon comes in handy. If you go down the route of picking some of the different prestige classes, he has a lot of armor that you can use for those. So the Arcane Archer chain shirt, the Arcane Trickster gear, Armor of the Divine Champion, Assassin's Leather, Blackguard Plate, Dragon Disciple Robes, Duelist Garbs, Dwarf Defender Plate, Eldritch Knight Chain Shirt, Frenzied Berserker Hide, Harper Ancient Leathers. You can't use any of those unless you have the correct prestige class. Pale Master's Robes, Shadow Thief Leather Armor, Shadow Dancer Outfit, War Priest Half Plate, and Weapon Master's Scale. Doesn't have anything for the Hellfire Warlock, because the Warlock itself wasn't actually a class in the original version of this campaign. It was added in one of the other modules. I can't remember which one. But it's interesting. I have played through a fair bit with the Arcane Archer. That armor isn't, super great. It, gives you True Strike 3 times a day. That's okay. It's very light for a chain shirt, which is good. I haven't really played any of the other prestige classes to see whether any of this other armor was any good. The only other one that I would probably have done was Duelist. I did play around with the Swashbuckler a little bit, and Duelist is one of the subclasses that works well with the Swashbuckler. That gives you power attack, which you don't normally get. You wouldn't normally take it as a Duelist because you're normally going to do Dex-based armor, a Dex-based build. This actually doesn't give you any armor. It gives you 3 armor because of the bonus, but it doesn't give you any normal armor. So this is actually just normal clothes. But Duelists, or their Swashbucklers, are able to increase their AC based on their intelligence. What does the Eldritch Knight chain shirt do? Gives you bonus spell slots. That's nice. And power attack. Dwarven Defender. Strength +2 and 10 extra hit points. Not bad. Dragon Disciple Robes. More spell slots. Arcane Trickster, more spell slots, and invisibility 3 times a day. Cure Light Wounds 2 uses per day, and protection from alignment once per day. Assassin's Leathers, Weapon Finesse, and Cat's Grace. The Cat's Grace would be useful, but I would not have thought that you would build an assassin without already taking Weapon Finesse. So that feels a little odd. Inflict light wounds and protection from alignment. Yeah, that sort of follows from a Blackguard. Frenzied Berserker, that's a barbarian prestige class, so you get dashed and improved power attack. Harper Agents, displacement and protection from alignment. Pale Master, that's a Necromancer. Arcane Defense, Necromancy, and Spell Penetration. I probably would have already had Spell Penetration. Shadow Thief, Bluff and Intimidate, and Fear. Yeah, that sort of works in with what I imagine that would be. Shadow Dancer, Weapon Finesse. Again, I would have thought you already had Weapon Finesse as a Shadow Dancer. Bonus to Dexterity +2. Arcane Spell Failure 5 minus, is that -5%? So that means that the Arcane Spell Failure for the armor is only 5% total, maybe? War Priest Half Plate, extra turning and bonus of Constitution. Yeah, I guess that works alright. And Weapon Master Scale. I have gone and used the Weapon Master Scale. I've built a Weapon Master as well. Improved Initiative and Knockdown. I think I already had Knockdown before I got that armor as well. Let's see what equipment we've got. That's a really good price for bolts +2. And for those. So we'll give those to you. Lilting Note is a short bow, I think. That's usable by bards. Yeah. Or designed for bards, anyway. Doesn't have much in the way of potions and things. Natural armor +2. Clear Thought. Is that the same lesser? Yeah, it's the same lesser magic bag I've already got. Okay. We've met Deacon. Let's come in here and meet Captain Brelina. Just a quick save.
So, Cormac tells me you're largely responsible for clearing the docks of undesirables. In an uncompromising fashion, it seems your approach has only provoked Moya's gang into retaliating. Last night, they attacked the Watch directly.
The cowards put one of our posts to the torch, killed Lieutenant Robe. They attacked us for doing our duty.
The lieutenant was a good man. His post at the docks was a difficult one, but he kept the peace, with an understanding that perhaps too much justice only causes more unrest.
He was too soft on them. I say we get the Watch to round up every bastard at the docks until we get these killers.
The Watch will act, Marshal, but more force will not root them out. We will need time and patience. We need to rebuild our presence in the docks and send the message to Moya and her cutthroats that we will not back down. To do this, we need someone with unflinching dedication to the laws of Neverwinter. And that is why I summoned you here. I would like you to take Lieutenant Rowe's place. Despite your foul approach to the situation at the docks, I think your promotion will send a strong message to the lower and upper quarters of the city.
I'll try the diplomatic route. I'm honoured by the request, Captain, and the chance to serve Neverwinter.
Ah, yes, we all seek our chances, and we are all honoured. We cannot attack Moya's gang directly. They have no base, so we must target their operations instead. Bleed them of gold and men until they have nothing left. The situation at the docks is in danger of becoming worse. What was at first opposition from Moya and her gang is threatening to become all-out war. I had thought they would not risk drawing blades against us in the streets, but through our informants, we've discovered that they are actually smuggling in a cache of weapons to do just that. They're planning for a fight. And if the reports on the number of weapons coming in are true, then the Watch will quickly be outmatched.
And my orders are...
Stop the shipment and put an end to the smuggling for good.
You are the only one we can trust for the job. Many of the Watch in the Docks district tend to turn a blind eye when coin is involved.
And they should be rounded up as well.
One problem at a time, Cormac. By the time we've dealt with the smuggling, perhaps then the costs of the Neverwinter reconstruction will be reduced, which should allow us to pay watchmen their rightful salary.
Oh, indeed. Because it is the lack of coin, not loyalty. That is the problem. Is that it? Maybe your eyes are blinded by coin too, Captain?
You are the short-sighted one, and your blindness is that of a stubborn mule. This is not a black and white matter, Cormac. The docks are the only revenue source from trade we have. We cannot even patrol the roads for merchants to feel safe. So we need every watchman, even if only as a presence there.
We do not need those scarecrows. Those turncloaks are boils on Neverwinter's name, and they'll give every thief in the city an open door to our throat. If we allow them to become any more blind for every gold coin, we might as well throw down weapons now.
And what do you propose, Cormac? With the funds being diverted to reconstruction, the pittance a watchman makes is temptation for anyone to look for gold elsewhere. We must make do until reconstruction is finished, no matter what it takes.
I normally pick the first option here, but because I'm wanting to stay a little bit more chaotic, I'm going to pick the second option. I don't know whether that keeps my alignment chaotic or not, but I have to stay chaotic as a warlock. At least I believe I do. So I'm going to pick the second option, which is not what I normally do. So even a show of watchmen on the street may prevent other thieves and criminals not connected to Moya from becoming too bold. They have uses for now.
They are bold enough, and no false show of force is going to stop them now.
Silence, Cormac. Enough of this. I think we can at least agree on who should tackle this matter. Lieutenant, you have proven yourself to us, and you have done so at great personal risk, as you are no doubt marked for death by Moya and her gang.
I guess I'll have to find her and drag her back here, then.
Excellent. Now, I cannot say it won't be dangerous, but stopping this operation may come with benefits. Whatever you confiscate from the smuggled goods can be used to build up the presence of the Watch in the Docks district.
And any watchman found aiding these thugs should be dealt with. We need no division in our ranks.
The smuggling operation is your assignment, Lieutenant. I want that dealt with. Once the smugglers at the docks have been brought to justice, I think we will need to fear little in the way of future bribery attempts. Although there are times when bribery can work to our advantage as well.
Our informant left word that the shipment will be smuggled through the back alley in the docks. We need you to go in and stop the weapons from reaching their destination.
Be careful once you're in. The back alley is infested with petty criminals and alley bashers. Now hurry. That shipment must be stopped.
Okay. I am curious as to whether any of that stuff that we chose changed my alignment at all. Nope. Did not. How is my alignment doing, by the way? Oh, very good. 12,100. I want that number to be as low as possible, and it is, so I'm happy with that. I mean, it could be even lower than that, but I don't know what I can do to make it any lower. More talk.
My Lord Nasher, I came as soon as I received your summons.
Ah, Sir Naval. We were just speaking of you. These men are from the Trade Guild. and I was telling them of the Watch's successes at the docks, and they were about to tell me of their renewed efforts to ensure new ships in the harbor this season, to compensate for the loss of overland travel.
The season has been a lean one for Neverwinter, my lord. The citizens will be pleased to see more ships in the harbor and the cargo they bring.
Quite right. Thank you for your efforts, Sir Naval. Congratulations are in order for you and the Nine.
My Lord Nasher, I shall pass along your praise to the Watch. I believe much of their recent success is the result of our new recruits.
So be it, Naval. After the war with Luskan and the Plague, it is good we can finally turn our attention to where it belongs, and the certain matter of back taxes owed at the harbor.
Of course, my Lord Nasher. With your leave, I will return to my duties.
You may go, Naval. After all, the Guild and I have much to discuss.
Couldn't remember if that had a third little animated or another little animated thing or not. So we got to go back to the docks now. We might just rest for a second.
Crossfire.
There we go.
Crossfire.
Quick save, and in we go.
We came at once when we received your summons, Lord Garius. At such distances, I did not realize your aspect could...
Shadows grant many gifts, Torio. But time is short, and the longer we speak, the greater the chance of detection. Torio informed me of your troubles in infiltrating Black Lake Lawn, so I am sending assistance.
Has she?
The Sea Ghost sails from Luskan to the docks of Neverwinter, carrying allies of our cause.
Allies, my lord?
Yes. I have dispatched agents to assist your infiltration of Black Lake, Torio. Unless you disagree.
Not at all. But I had hoped for the chance to see to the matter personally, without...
I only need more time, my lord. I will find a way past Black Lake's walls.
No, Lorne. You will be needed elsewhere to deliver a message for me to our other allies to the east.
I could spare one of the Circle of Blades, my lord. They are eager for work, both in infiltrating Black Lake or sending word to the orcs.
No, it is not an assassination I need, Lorne. Only your presence. You will be escorting some of our priest allies, who, like the orcs, require a more... personal touch.
We are sending the shadow priests to Old Owlwell?
As for you, Torio, watch for the Sea Ghost. I shall be in contact with you shortly before its arrival.
Right. Let's go and do this little kid thing.
Don't think you're gonna talk your way out of this one, Wolf. This is our territory, and your little army of beggar children has to pay its due.
Us kids are just sticking together, trying to make a living. But we don't bow to no one.
You're going to work for us now, boy.
Please, Da, don't beat me. I promise I won't drop the basket again.
What?
I try my best, honest I do. Just don't beat me like Emma. She can barely walk on that leg now.
Look at the poor boy. Someone ought to...
It's not like that at all. This boy is well, he's a thief.
Poor Emma can barely walk. The priest of Chanteau says she'll always have a limp.
It's so sad. She loved to run, but she broke a pot. And you don't do that in our household. No, sir.
It's really not like that at all. He's playing you all for fools.
I'm not going to stand by and watch you hurt this child. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
We'll talk again, Wolf. This isn't over.
That's right. You run. Are you all right, lad?
I'll be fine thanks to you, kind strangers. Especially you.
Yes. Lying pushed me towards chaotic, exactly like I wanted. Okay, he's going to come and join us at the inn before too long. Oh. My buff's disappeared.
Crossfire. Crossfire.
Let's go in. You've been most helpful, Watchman. Consider this a gift from your friends, something to show our appreciation for all your work. Well, we're just doing our duty, keeping the peace. That's what I like to hear. Remember, let no one past you. It's for their own protection. Don't worry, we'll keep our eyes open. Stop right there. The area's closed. Oh, sorry, didn't notice the uniform. How are things going here tonight? They're just fine. Somewhere we won't be needing any extra watchmen tonight. Why don't you go find somewhere to relax for a shift? We won't say anything. That's kind of you, but I have things to take care of. Look, I'm trying to be nice here. We don't need you. I'm sure Cormac or Berlina can find other duties for you tonight. Are you actually going to try and stop me from entering? Starting to get the picture, are you? You're not getting through. Intimidate. Stand aside now. There's no way I'm getting on Moira's bad side. You're making a mistake. Come on, men. Let's see how well the Watch has been training new recruits.
Sorry, no face.
To battle!
Sorry, no face.
I don't know why it keeps turning me around like that. Anyway, we're done. There is a bunch of stuff around that you're often able to. Damn it. Just as the grease was disappearing too, I have to fall over. There we go. Let me see where we are. Yeah, let's go this way. There is a bunch of stuff around, sort of in all the little back alleys, nooks and corners and everything that you can raid at times. There's also a bunch of bad people in those areas too, in general. Wine and darts. What a bizarre combination. So there's all those people down there. What? Oh, that's where we came from. The map shows we can actually go down that way, but we can't. If I remember rightly, there's a bunch of guys around this corner here that are going to attack us before we get down there to those guys. Yep. Ooh. Yeah, that all hurt a little bit. I mean, we did all right. We got hit by 2 lightning bolts and we're still around, so we managed to do pretty good there, actually. Let's just rest here. Make sure we're back to full health, or whatever you want to call it. Full power, I guess, is what I'm sort of going for. Quick save. So we're actually going to have oh no, we've only got one way to get through this. If I had the sorceress with me, she would offer to use her powers to start a fire, but in this case, Eleni's going to do it.
It looks as if there are 2 packs before us, and one pack looks to be members of the Watch.
Those Watch? Moya must have gotten her hooks into them. Look, those turncoats are even keeping company with dock rats.
They're just going where the money is. If you're going to risk your life, do it for the highest pay you can get. Forget I said anything. Besides, neither of you have lived in Neverwinter to see how tough life can be here sometimes.
Ah, traitors! They're lower than the foulest of demons. At least your kind don't pretend to be anything else.
My kind? I could say the same thing.
The 2 of you, quiet down. You're going to attract attention. These docks are composed of dead timber, but I can keep a small flame from traveling far. It could distract the Watch for a time, but the thugs, we'll have to handle them.
Sounds good to me.
Stay in the shadows and stay safe. I'll return shortly.
Fire! Help! Guards!
By the gods, not tonight. All right, men, move to it before the whole docks go up in flames.
Where do you think you're going? Moya's paying you to stay with us. Let the rest of the Watch handle it.
You paid us to look the other way, not let the docks burn down. Just stay here. We'll be back soon enough.
That should keep the Watch occupied, and I took care that the fire would not spread. It won't hold their attention for long, and that still leaves the thugs for us to handle.
Well done.
I'm just so pleased I could. I feel out of sorts in this city. Not at all like West Harbor, is it?
No, I don't. I'm trying to work out which one. Maybe it is that one. One of them is a wizard, I think. Maybe he's back around the corner a bit. There we go. We're still going to have to fight the Watchmen, because they're going to come back from around the corner in a second. Well, we can force their hand by heading around there anyway. Cool, we got a level. Definitely going to take that as soon as I get it. I'm not going to wait for this fight to be over. Let's do it. Actually, let's just... I'm actually surprised this game lets you save in the middle of battle like this, because... Yeah. So, get our new level of Warlock on. Dexterity, thank you. Concentration. Spellcraft. We can't put another point into Tumble yet. So, let's put another point into Search for now. I get another second level thing. So some of these do have like a fortitude, a save associated with them, so having a higher DC is useful for these, but I don't really think that they're all that useful. This one blinds them for 1 round. This one does actually sound reasonably good, because there's a chance that they take extra fire damage. I think I've used that one before, but I'm wondering whether Flee the Scene doesn't last all that long, but you and your party become temporarily hasted, gaining additional attack, 50% movement bonus, +1 bonus to attack rolls, and an additional 4 dodge bonus to AC for 30 seconds. Which I think is what, maybe 5 rounds of combat? I think that is going to be the better option. Should I get rid of Draining Blast, though? No. What did that one do? That just gives you secrets, bonus to lore and spellcraft for 24 hours. No. That one's okay. Doesn't last very long. And that's good. We've already got that. And we've got... No, we've got that, sorry. The thing is, if I bring... Once I bring the... No, I'm going to take the Brimstone Blast, I think. And probably use that instead of my Draining Blast for most of my attacks from now on. Because if they fail their save, they're going to do more. It's just going to keep burning them, and they're going to do more damage. And that's good. And I can use it with the chain, so it can burn multiples. We might consider taking Flee the Scene later. Particularly if we get something better than Brimstone Blast later on, we might swap Brimstone Blast for Flee the Scene. I'm just trying to work out, if I'm not going to use Draining Blast anymore, is there something else that's better to take? Darkness lasts for 6 seconds per caster level. It's not very long. The problem I have with it is that if we put Darkness on top of them, there's a 20% chance that we can miss if they're inside the darkness area. Devil's Sight we don't need because we've already got... Where was it? See the Unseen, which basically does the same thing. Dark One's Own Luck. Bonus to all save throws equal to your charisma bonus for 24 hours. See, that's a good buff that I could use. I don't think I'm going to bother with that one because that buff, Diplomacy, Bluff, and Intimidate, I'm not building around that. that doesn't last long enough. I don't want that. I don't want that. And that one I don't really need either. I think I might get rid of Draining Blast and go with Darkness's Own Luck for now. Dark One's Own Luck. Just giving me that bonus to save throws. So let's do that. There we go. So what I need to do then is Eldritch Blast and Brimstone. Eldritch Chain and Brimstone Blast there now. And I need to put Darkness's Own Luck down there. So I can buff for
looks
that.
like we have company.
Now, what are we going to give you? You're getting an extra point there. It's going to recommend strength, and I think that's fine. We'll go with that. Do whatever you want there. What are you thinking there? Improved power attack. Why wouldn't we go... Power critical. That's a bonus. Oh, greater weapon focus. That's what we want. Greater weapon focus, Dwarven Axe. Let's do that. Right.
Let us press the attack.
And then you, we are going to give you more wisdom. Whatever you want there. And then you get one more cantrip, which we never use. So we'll just take that. And we'll do one more cure there. And then third level, we'll do another cure moderate wounds there. And then for fourth level, we're going to do one of those, and one of those. Which you're not going to be able to get yet, but that's fine. And then, oops.
Well,
finally,
look who showed up.
You're going to get... Your sneak attack increases to 4d6, so that's nice. Right. And look, that worked first time. He's on fire. Yay! He takes even more damage. Even if we had have missed him, he would have died next round from the fire damage. I don't think there's anything searchable around here, if I remember. Oh, there's another thug. See, he died from the fire. No, there's nothing we need there. So let's... Oh, there was some remains. A copper ring. Oh, the copper dropped a copper ring. Right, now, these guys down here, they're... What's going on here? Waiting for someone. Waiting behind a barricade armed to the teeth. Can't find anyone else to interrogate. We're a little busy here. Tell me what I want to know. Maybe we can help each other. Fine. We'll get you off our backs. We hear Moya's gang is trying to smuggle in some weapons tonight. Word is she's planning a street war against you watch hounds. We can't let that happen. She'll drown the Drox in blood, so we're going to make sure the shipment never gets here. Leave this problem to the watch. I don't want you getting hurt. Right, you watch hounds can't even keep your own building from burning down. Then I'm gonna have to arrest you. Heard that before, let's see you try. So it's... Oh, actually, I think I want to do you first, because you... Yeah, that hurt a little bit, but she died from the fire, so that's good. actually.
Nature will have its
Short sword +1. And an unidentified amulet. What is it, Eleni?
Everyone, follow me.
Lesser amulet of the master. That is something that
Yes.
you will want. That is probably a little bit better than the natural armor. And I guess if you are going to use a weapon, a short sword +1 is better than the rapier, so let's swap that out. No, by itself. Let's just put that there so I know not to... I'll give that over to there. Give that to me, and therefore we know what to sell. Right, there's that. Unidentified... What am I stuck on? Whoop. Oh, I haven't done that yet. Couple of mages in there. There we go. Might need to rest a bit because I'm getting a bit injured. I mean, it's not a big deal, really. I can just... I've got so many healing potions here. Let's try drinking one of them. Here we go. And one of those to finish it off. What have you got in the way? You don't really have much in the way of potions, do you? Here, have that stack.
Yes.
That's good enough. Is there going to be any more down here? There's that crate of stuff. Don't want the arrows. There's nothing there. Okay, so just down around the corner there is the last fight of this little area. So let's do this. Step aside, we don't want to hurt fellow watchmen. So you're actually helping Moira to smuggle the weapons in. What's to say the docks will be worse off with her in control? Besides, she pays better than the city. Those weapons will be used against the watch. Against you, perhaps, and only if you're fool enough to stand against Moira. How about the rest of you men? You willing to lose their lives and their honor and lives for a few coppers? They're here, aren't they? But why don't I ask them again, eh? Anyone here want to beg out of this job tonight and give back the money we paid? Then I have no choice but to stop you. The weapons will not reach Moira's hands. Looks like we'll be earning our pay after all tonight, men. Make sure there are no survivors.
To battle!
Ooh, that. Oh no, I thought that hit 3 guys. But I guess it only hit 2. Because, yeah, my level's not high enough. It's every 5 levels I get an extra one. So it's not until I get to level 10 that I get to hit 3 people with the chain. Let's... No, that's not what I want. I want to attack him now, because he's going to try and attack me. So let's... Actually, I'm going to take on those guys down the back. Make sure that they can't do too much damage to us. Okay, now we can finish off these guys. There we go. Yeah, let's get going. I'm not ready to go yet. I want to search that there. Is there anything else? There wasn't. Technically, I could search that. Oh no, I can't. Ready to go. Let's go. Yeah, lots of fire. Quick save.
Lieutenant, what have you to report?
I ended the smuggling operated at the docks. The smuggled goods were intended for a guild of thieves within the docks operating at a warehouse near the merchant quarter.
It is as we suspected. Our informant was correct.
I will need you to report to the meeting point at once and deal with those who were intended to receive the shipment. I suspect they will be much easier to handle without the weapons they were meant to pick up. But be cautious. I also want you to keep an eye out for anything there that might shed more light on their smuggling operations. We've shut down one smuggling route, but they must have others. Fortune to you, Lieutenant, and see to it these men are dealt with.
Where's the warehouse? You probably don't want to head back into the back alley to get there. It's got an entrance near the merchant's quarter, though. Might be safe to go in from... what am I supposed to do once I get in there? Gather whatever information you find, smuggling or outsources, customers, anything you can find that will help us put a stop to these activities. Where is the... Oh, I've already done that. Any advice? You're probably going to find quite a few valuables in there. Many of them stolen. Recover them and you might find yourself with a good share of gold. The watch will confiscate most of it, of course, but I don't think we'll be able to locate the original owners of everything in there. Farewell. Right. Let's see how quickly we can do this. I do have a few things to sell, though. We might go to the other merchant. Even though this is the merchant's quarters, there really isn't that many merchants in here. But there is around here. Where is it? Yeah, around here. So that's the Temple of Tyr. We need to go there in a little bit with... What's his name? But this guy has crafting materials. Oh, the Cape of Winter. What did that do again? +2 save throw universal and a resist 10 points resist cold. That is very nice. You can have that. Let's drop those. Don't want that, don't want that. Yeah, we'll keep the rest.
Yeah?
Yeah, you're selling that.
I am listening.
Wow, you're not carrying anything, are you? I need to give you... Let's split that stack. Give those to you, so you've at least got that.
Yes.
And
How can I help?
yeah, you got a lot of stuff there. How about... switch you to those. What else do you have? Forged Fire, Rapier. Oh, we sold that Rapier to him. Nothing decent there. We stole Commander's Ring. Knock, 1 use per day. Actually, wasn't there... that Brooch of Shielding was interesting as well, wasn't it? Shield 3 times a day. Was it this guy that had the Lantern of Revealing is interesting as well. That's Invisibility Purge, but I don't need that. I can see invisible. There was somebody here, I thought, has... something that does knock multiple times per day. It wasn't the ring. Like, yes, there's the Commander's Ring, which is going to be useful, and I'm really considering buying that if I could afford it, which I can't. But what does the Rod of the Ghost do? That just does Ghost Visage 3 times a day. Okay. There's like a... I think it's called the Chime of Opening that somebody has. I thought... let's just go and double check. Maybe I missed it on... oh, hang on. Let's do this little interaction first.
And that's why.
Excuse me.
As I was...
Stop right there, kid. We've got ourselves a thief.
I was just running. I run fast.
What's this about a thief?
Check your coin purse. And don't even think of moving, child.
Please, sir. I'm just running. Can I just leave?
What? Why, you're right. My coin purse is missing.
You're going straight to the watch after you hand over that pouch.
Are you sure she stole it?
She runs into my friend, and suddenly he's light 1 coin purse. Just last 10 day, I lost 10 gold to one of these scamps. And I'm not about to let this one off, even if she looks so innocent. Turn out your pockets, now!
I'm going to lie, because that's going to increase my chaos. Unhand my daughter.
Of course.
No.
I could tell just by looking at you. Why don't you stay out of this?
What are you doing to her? She's just a little girl.
Out of the way, boy. She's a thief, and the watch deals with the likes of those.
Are you sure about this? She's just a kid.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, no, that's not the way I wanted that to go down. So let's do that again. I shouldn't have tried to increase my chaotic alignment quite so much, because normally I can get this to work no problems.
And that's why.
Excuse me.
As I was...
Stop right there, kid. We've got ourselves a thief.
I was just running. I run fast.
What's this about a thief?
Check your coin purse. And don't even think of moving, child.
Please, sir. I'm just running. Can I just leave?
What? Why, you're right. My coin purse is missing.
You're going straight to the watch after you hand over that pouch.
Okay, are you sure she stole it?
She runs into my friend, and suddenly he's light 1 coin purse. Just last 10 day, I lost 10 gold to one of these scamps. And I'm not about to let this one off, even if she looks so innocent. Turn out your pockets, now!
That's fair enough. You don't know she's done
But
anything.
she's got to have taken it. If she's not hiding something, she has nothing to fear.
Do you have any proof at all? If you have none, what you're doing is wrong.
I blast it if you aren't right. But if I ever catch you, girl, you'll waste away in the stocks once the watchmen get you.
I told you it wasn't her.
Well, you're still out one coin purse. I don't see what you're so smug about.
Thank you. I owe you one.
There we go. Right. Yeah, I can't remember if... what's the kobold's name? Deacon. I can't remember if Deacon had a... if he had this chime of opening or not, and I really want it. Maybe it's something I can buy once we go back into the docks. Or maybe it's something we buy from Black Lake. I'm trying to remember now. We already know all of this. What have you got for sale? So... no, he doesn't have anything there. He doesn't have anything there. No, okay, he doesn't have it. Yeah, okay. That's fine. Let's see if we can really quickly do this next dungeon. Well, not dungeon, but, you know. We've got to come around here. See, this is the thing that's a little bit strange. For the fact that this is a merchant's district, there's Paps, that's the guy we were just at. There's the Moonstone Mask, which is a bordello, it's not a merchant. There's Deacon, and that's it. Like, there's no merchants here. There was more, literally there were more merchants in the docks. There's 4 of them. Than there is in the merchants district. Now, whether this is called the merchants district because it's where all the merchants actually live, but they don't have their shops here, I don't know. But you would think that this was where they had their shops. So this is the door we've got to go through. And while I wait for my companions to catch up, I'm going to buff myself.
Crossfire. Crossfire.
Oh, actually, we need to rest. I just wasted that. That's alright.
Crossfire. Crossfire. Crossfire.
Okay, let's do this. Actually, I want to attack him. Once again, Kelgar's taken all the fun out of it. Got some gold there. Some gold there. And we got these guys. There is a lot of stuff in here. They are all really worth good money. We'll take all those potions. We're going to come back for that other stuff. Let's quick save. Come down here. That was a frenzy of fire and flashing blades. Now that's the problem with this level right here. There are so many of these guys running around dual wielding. Okay, I want that, I want that, I want that, I want that, I want that. And those. I'm not going to take the rest because I don't think I can really sell it. Excuse me, emergency mute. Oh, I didn't want those bullets. Let's drop them. What's in that crate? Yeah, a bunch of thieves' tools. And I don't want those traps. We're going to give all of these thieves' tools to you. We'll sell those too. Now that you've got... We might sell those as well. You're never really using these very much. Okay. We can rest here. We're not going to do... We're not going to do this... Oh no, we will do this area here. But then we come back and we come and we do this, then this, then this, then this. Come up there, do this, come back down there. Come out, because that's the main fight. It's just in this corner here. No, what's going... Oh, wrong person. There we go. 7, 8, 9.
Crossfire. Crossfire.
Okay, now he's dead. I thought he was already dead, but he just got knocked down. Okay, so let's just quickly check what's in these crates. Bunch of scrolls, that's good, they don't weigh much. And a fire agate. And then we got all of these crates here. We'll take the Duskwood shortbow for now, because that's worth more than the rest. And what's it? No. What's in there? Why are you not? There we go. More thieves' tools. Again, we'll give the really high level stuff to you, and we're going to sell the rest. Let's open the bag and start putting stuff in there. Most of this stuff is not going to weigh anything, really. But we'll chuck it in here because we're not going to keep it. We're going to sell it all. There we go. Quick save. Okay, back around to the other way. Searched all that already. Done all of that. Okay, up into this room. Was there any guys? No, there wasn't any really close. They're all way down that corridor down there. Once again, I think I want to attack that guy because he's the mage. There's another mage there. I might attack him next. No, not that. What's in the barrel? Wine and ale and spirits. Cure moderate wounds potion. Cat's grace, malachite. Gold pieces. It's a quick save. I don't want to heal Calgar at the moment, but there's going to be more guys in here. That one's the only one who's not... Oh no, he's got weapons. They've all got weapons. Okay, so there's no mages in amongst this lot. So let's just... move out of reach here. Let's heal her if we can. Ooh, that was close. See, that's the problem. These guys just sneak attack like mad. Okay, that's not working very well. Let's give her that cure critical wounds and let her drink that. There we go. Calgar, you're not doing too well there either. How about you drink that, and I might even give you those.
Looks like we have... That's it for me.
Kelgar up. There we go. Okay, so there is this area over here to search. But ultimately we're coming in here. I don't want traps. Ultimately we're coming in here so we can rest. Get Kelgar back to normal. I always found this was actually a fairly hard little area to clear out, because you've got all these guys that are doing multiple sneak attacks because they're dual wielding. They're all getting into a position where they're flanking you, and you just get sneak attack after sneak attack after sneak attack. So they actually show how good you can be as a thief in this game, how well sneak attacks can work. But it also shows just how well a group of thieves works together. If you noticed during that last fight, it was just sneak, 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 sneak. You see a little grey text around the guys when they're attacking. It's just unreal. I don't want all those traps. But I'll take that, that, and that. And what's in that? Bunch of scrolls. No, more traps, don't want it. Is there anything? I can never remember if there's anything around this corner. No, there isn't, but it's always a good spot to rest if you want to do that. Actually, I think I do. I know I've rested a lot already, but Kelgar was low on hit points, I was a little low on hit points, and Eleni's just used up most of her big spells. Or some of her big spells, anyway, not necessarily all of them, but enough. Okay. So, what do we have here? More traps. That's a book, though. That's worthwhile taking. Let's grab that. Yeah, that's some more scrolls. So this area doesn't have anything in it. We didn't do those crates yet, so let's quickly have a look at them. That's right, Adamantine light shield. It's worth a bit more money than the rest. Okay, it's going to be a bunch of guys coming from here, and you can see the black bodies there. That we know that there's a bunch of them right there. So, oh, that's a spellcaster right there. Keep an eye on things here because I'm getting pummeled here by these guys. Kelgar's getting slammed there as well. Eleni, how about you? cast that on Kelgar, if you can, please. What's going on? Oh, I got knocked down. Right. There we go. You gonna get up, Kelgar? Thank you. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna come back over here a little bit and rest. Turn that off.
Crossfire. Crossfire. Crossfire.
Right, so I didn't get a chance to loot that. Now, the next guy that we need to kill is over here. Why can we not attack him yet? There we go. We actually have to destroy some of those to be able to get into that area. Let's come on here because we haven't been into this area yet, so let's see what we got here. We've got a whole bunch of short swords, but one of those is good. And actually, we will dump those bullets back in there. I need you to identify that. I need to open that up and start dumping more stuff in there. Right, what was that short sword? Short sword +2. Well, hey.
Everybody follow me.
You can probably keep that as your weapon rather than a short sword +1, I think. And we'll put that away and sell it. There we go. Yep, that's all of that. We're not going to look at those documents on that table yet. We're going to come around here to this room because there's still some bad guys in there that we need to kill. There's the vampire. Some more gold. Gold there. So this room just has, yeah, all of this gold, pile of gold here. 500 gold and some obsidian. Was that everything in that pile? It was. Okay. We've done and searched all of that. Okay. No magical daggers in amongst that. Okay. Really, really quickly, I want to go back through the entire area and see if there's anything I want to take with us from amongst this loot that I haven't taken yet. So short bows aren't really worth all that much. But let's... yeah, so I reckon I could probably give most of those short bows to you to carry. Although I probably could have just put them all in here and they probably would have been fine. What I need to do is keep this for some of the really heavy items, I think. Although I can fit 100 more items in there. Okay, so I think the main thing that I want to get is I want to get a few of those, the chain mail that was out here. What was in there? No, we don't want those. So I think it was one of these. It was this one. This had chain in it. These dark steel chain shirts, they all are worth a lot. So what happens if I put all of these in here? Can I get this down low enough? What I may end up doing is just passing this entire bag over to Kelgar and see if he can carry it. I don't think he'll be able to. 248, yeah, it's going to be still too heavy for him to carry, isn't it?
A little, yeah.
No, actually, that's not going to be too bad for him. Okay. I mean, he's going to be slow, but he is able to move. The other stuff that we want to look at is these short swords. So this actually isn't too bad. I can pass out a bunch of these short swords. Yeah, look at that. She was able to take all of those. Was this the one that had the daggers in it? No. Okay, but I think that's enough. I think we've got most of the really good stuff that we can get from here. Although there was that other one full of shields, but I don't think we need to worry about that. Let's grab these documents.
What are you looking for? We've cleaned the place out already. Can't you just call some of your watch friends over to search the place?
Oh, no. I've got a warehouse full of who knows what here, with no guards. I'm gonna see if there's anything I can help myself to.
Have fun. Let me know what you find.
You know I will. Don't worry. I'll try not to get too greedy.
I don't know what you see in her. She's nothing but trouble.
She's earned my trust.
Well, I trust you to do the right thing, but not her. So, what are you looking at there anyhow?
I'm not sure. I'll just take it all of it.
Not as much to pick through as I thought there would be. Here. I did find something for you, though. Just looking out for you. And besides, we could always sell it if you can't use it. I found a little something for myself, too. Nice blade, don't you think? With the trouble we've been getting into, this will definitely come in handy. You ready to go yet? I'm done. What are you trying to say? You know I wouldn't hide anything from you. Yeah, right. Here you go. I was gonna tell you about finding this.
Okay, she gave me a great sword, which I don't want, but it is magical.
Yes.
And even Eleni can't identify it. What did she find? She found a dagger for herself.
Everyone, follow me.
Which is Night Thief's Nimble Blade. Gives you the bonus for 2-weapon fighting. And tumble. So that's actually interesting. I can now set that as the backup weapon for her, and she can potentially melee. Let's get out of here. This is sort of the long way, but anyway. I always say, that looks like it should be something. Oh, man. I think it's because of him. I shouldn't have stopped. I should have just made my way to the exit, clicked on the door. Quick save there. Just click on the door and get out of here as quick as we can. Thanks for that, St. Salvius. Have a good day at work.
The rest of us will split up into 3 squads.
Do you need any help?
The City Watch. Commendable of Captain Berlena to send support, but we have things under control here.
Is that so? Well, guess we'll just stand back and watch then.
You're welcome to observe, of course, but I'd appreciate it if you'd stay out of the way. This operation requires careful coordination, and you haven't had the training these men have.
Understood. Can I ask what you're here for?
This is a delicate matter that has attracted the attention of Lord Nasher himself. I'm sorry, that sounded rather pompous, didn't it?
No need for apologies, no offense taken.
Good to see that the Watch can still find level-headed recruits. You seem sincere enough. We received word of weapons being smuggled into this district and have tracked down the distribution point to this warehouse. Lord Nasher has ordered us to confiscate the weapons and hopefully avoid a street war in the docks.
I hate to tell you, but I've already sent the weapons back to Captain Berlena.
What? When did this happen? We were told to expect strong opposition.
Not long ago. I'm just leaving to report back to my post when I saw you.
Lord Nasher will be most pleased to hear the news. This should help the Watch's position at the next council meeting. I must confess that there are those of us who are beginning to question the competency of the Watch and its leadership. I see that I have been mistaken.
Sea Watch is here to serve.
And you've done an admirable job of it here. Well then, it appears the men and I have some time on our hands now. Is there a tavern around here that you could recommend?
Sunken Flagon is an excellent establishment.
Ah, yes. Duncan's place. It's been a while. Thank you. You heard it, lads. The Watch has things under control here. Now, I know what you're thinking. Another evening of boredom catering to the lords and ladies at court. Not so. We all need a respite from such arduous duty. Tonight, we'll be reacquainting ourselves with ale and tavern wenches. To the sunken flagon. I think Duncan's going to be quite upset when he sees what's invading his tavern. The old sot's gonna have to work tonight. Thank you again. You've saved me a lot of trouble, and possibly the lives of many of my men. I shall report the good news to Lord Nasher right away.
And there we go. That, as they say, is that. I do want to just really quickly sell all of this stuff. I'm not sure who the best person to sell it to is. I don't think it's really worthwhile selling most of this to Deacon, so I'm going to sell it to the other guy. Just over there. The only problem we've got is we've got to wait for Kelgar to catch up to us, I think. Maybe if I quick save and then load that quick save, I can trick it into having Kelgar back next to me. Yep, that worked. Okay. Let's... I want... all of these back. I wish there was a quicker way to do this. Oops.
Everyone, follow me.
And you can give me all of that back.
How can I help?
And then you can give me all of these bows, which you're not going to use, of course. Wow, you're out of arrows. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to open that and I want to loot all of it. So I am ridiculously encumbered, but that's okay. Show me what you have for sale. So first of all, identify that for me. Shining Light of Lathander. That's right. +2 with orange light, and you can do Searing Light once a day. I don't know if I can sell that to him, because each vendor only has a certain amount of money. That's 10,000 gold. He might not be able to buy the rest of my stuff that I want to sell unless I buy stuff from him. I didn't even look at how much money we're going to make. So about 32,000 we started with. Damn it, I couldn't do those throwing axes. That's a nice diamond, 560. That emerald was good too. Yeah, we'll sell that short sword +1. 2,800 for that adamantine light shield. That's nice. 400 for each of these dark steel chain shirts. So, does he have enough that we can sell? We can get that from him. He does. I doubt we could buy anything more or sell anything more to him unless we bought something from him. We already know he doesn't have the item that I'm looking for. Although I am tempted to buy the Commander's Ring. So that is equivalent of my Ring of Protection +2, but it also does Ring of Resistance, which I don't have, +2, and it allows me to use knock once per day. But I don't know, I'll think about that. So I think the next thing is we'll finish off this quest, and then that'll probably be it. Well, it definitely will be it, because it's getting way later than I normally go. But I got caught up doing the mission. It's going to be tempting now to switch Nishka over to a melee character. Her AC isn't great, but she's now got this dagger, which allows her to do 2-weapon fighting. It's a +1 dagger, and it gives her the tumble, which she's already got the advantage. No, she doesn't get an advantage to tumble there, but that's a short sword +2 as well. I might give her a try as a melee character for a little while and see how we go. Can always switch her back later. So, let's talk to the captain.
Lieutenant, congratulations on your efforts at the warehouse. A great deal of gold and weapons were recovered. It is good that you were able to deal with the smugglers so quickly, for we have a new problem. Time is of the essence. One of our best informants, Phyllis, has been exposed. Even now, killers are hunting for him.
We can't afford to lose him. He has risked much to help Neverwinter over the years. If he dies, then we lose our best shot at taking back the docks. He cannot walk the streets without an escort. So he's hiding in his house here in the merchant quarter until we can send someone we trust, to get him and bring him back here.
We want you to go at once to his home in the merchant quarter and return him here safely. I have told him to expect no one but you and your companions.
The reason for this secrecy is to keep him safe from any turncoat watchman. What Phyllis knows can wound both groups, especially any watchman being paid by Moya.
We need you to leave without delay. Make haste and return him safely to us.
And we're going to do that in the next episode. Thanks very much, everybody, for joining me for this. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. I'm going very well in this episode, in this playthrough, and I will see you next time. Bye now.